Hello, all you positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with all you beautiful reflections of the one source consciousness that creates and animates all things. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we are super happy to have you here, and we just ask that you bring an open mind and heart to your listening experience and to be prepared to explore vantage points that I'm convinced will help shift or solidify your current understanding of the ultimate nature of reality. While listening, you'll be exposed to inspiring, empowering, and unifying perspectives that I'm highly confident will yield stellar results in your life if you opt to try them on for size. Also, at optimistic.tv, we have officially begun releasing the first few episodes of our new late-night style, consciousness-elevating video variety talk show, Optimistic, which features live visionary art, soul share interviews, retreat guests here at the Mystic Manor, as well as live musical performances. I'm also super excited to announce that we are currently making plans to release the rest of Season 1 on my personal favorite online streaming service. So stay tuned to optimistic.tv to follow the unfolding development of this exciting Optimistic expansion, as we'll be posting more info and release dates there soon. And in the meantime, be sure to check out, of course, the first few episodes at optimistic.tv as well.
All right, all you positive heads, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining Samantha and I today for our terrific Tuesday show. Hi, Samantha.
Hi, Erica. Happy to be here.
Today, you guys, we thought we would talk about this new earth that we're all in and how we've been seeing instant manifestation happening. That our thoughts are more instantaneously becoming our reality. And we're seeing little aspects of that all around us, aren't we?
Yeah, for better or for worse.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really important to be careful where your thoughts are and to always be aware of where your thoughts are aligned, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was watching The Social Dilemma the other day, which for everyone...
I watched it too.
Yeah.
A little bit, then I fell asleep.
Oh my gosh, watch it, the whole thing. For anyone listening, go and watch The Social Dilemma. Very, very, very important documentary. And what they showed was that the only thing that has evolved, the thing that has evolved the most rapidly ever on planet Earth is computer processing speed. Okay, the speed in which we are able to download and process using the internet has grown beyond exponentially, like unimaginably quicker. And we are a reflection of that as well. And manifestation, like, right? What is computing speed? It's like download and upload speed. And we are able to download and manifest and create so rapidly that it's literally happening in the moments that we're thinking it.
It literally is. And when you were saying that, it just reminded me of something I saw years ago. And so I'm not going to get all the details right, but it was someone talking about the Mayan pyramid. Not the Mayan pyramid, the Mayan calendar, and the timelines in it, and how that each basically level that you went up, yeah, it is a pyramid, the way he described it. Each level in time that you went up, that it was like another degree in evolution, and that as you went up higher to the top of the pyramid, the smallest part, that was where everything happened so quickly, like almost instantaneously. Yeah. And that's where we are right now, right? We've reached the end. We're at the top of the pyramid. Everything is now. Everything is now. This just happened to me the other day. It blew my mind. So I was sitting in my backyard, and it was time for some help because I have a fairly big backyard and it was getting really messy. And so it was time to call the landscaper, because I learned that it's just way helpful to have him come over for 2 hours and me spend my whole 2 days in the weekend. And he's amazing, right? And so he comes over like once a month and helps me out. And I came in the house and I said to Brian, I think it's time to call our guy. And literally 30 seconds later, he pulled up outside to do my neighbor's yard. And I was like, well, thank you. Here he is. Let's go talk to him. Like, it was immediate, you know, and that's just a simple little thing, but we can see it in lots of little simple things and even bigger things. And so we really need to be very aware what we're thinking, what we're saying, where our intentions are, because we are creating it.
Yes, absolutely. And the rapid speed, the way that I see it is, imagine that the universe is constantly expanding and contracting, just like everything, right? So
Hmm.
imagine a little pinpoint expanding into a big circle and then contracting back into that little pinpoint. Well, if we're in the time of expansion where we're expanded, well, the frequency has a lot farther to go. So time feels slower, the manifestations feel slower. But when we're at a point of contraction, which we are very much seeing right now, the
Hmm.
distance is very much smaller and shorter. And so things happen a lot quicker, right? And
Hmm.
so we are going through that cycle of rapidity and high frequency and high vibration. And with that, it's like the color purple in energy waves. We're not in a red phase. We're not in a slow, long, and deep phase. We're in a short, quick, rapid highs, lows. Like it can be very, very intense. It can be chaotic. It can be tumultuous. It can also be really, really powerful when you're aligned, spirit, mind, energy, body, emotions.
Absolutely. And what I think too, it's interesting that you say this rapidity. I love the way you just described that. But what I saw in my head as you were doing that too, where our thoughts are is going to determine what timeline we're in. And we're kind of jumping back and forth between these two timelines, these choices, these choice points. This is a choice point that we are in, right? And these timelines are just so, so close. And depending on where our thoughts are, our thought forms, we are going to be on one timeline or another. And you will know what timeline you are on based on your thoughts and what's going on around you. Yeah. The time
Oh
is
my
now.
gosh.
The time is so now. Yeah.
Erica, I have full goosebumps, and if anyone was watching the video of this, you'd have seen my face like, "Ah, oh my god!" Because I am really really in that where I'm experiencing myself and consciousness with two parallel timelines happening, and I'm really in the duality of it, and my mind and my energy is jumping back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth through different timelines, and the manifestation is happening back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and that energy is chaotic. It's a little crazy, and I'm recognizing, okay, this is my opportunity to stand still in the eye of the storm, and then to align with the timeline that resonates most with my soul, with the truest, purest evolution for my soul in this journey. And yeah, and so the power of that is really recognizing, well, what do you want? What's truest for you? And then are your thoughts and beliefs and stories that you're telling yourself and your feelings and actions, are they aligned with the timeline that you feel you are choosing? Right?
Right.
And if you're
Because, yeah.
not, like, then it's not gonna play out the way you want it to.
Right. And all of that is your choice. We tend to think it's not. All of this is our choice. What we think is our choice.
Yeah.
How we behave is our choice. All of this is choice. And sometimes we have a program that's running that makes it feel like it's not our choice, but we have the choice to reprogram. We can set new hobbies or new, what's the word I'm looking for? Practices, new
Yeah.
routines for ourselves that create new programs that run. And that's a choice. We have to make the choice to do this for ourselves. And really important right now is that we're all staying centered within our hearts with what really matters to us, with what we're passionate about, with what we love. We all have to go towards what we love and what we care about and what excites us, what really motivates us. That's how we can really stay in our now. And that's how we can be on the most beneficial timeline for ourselves and for our families, for everyone else
Hmm.
around us, is really staying in our heart center. And I think a really big part of that is an acceptance of who we really are. Because who are we? We're nothing but creator. We're tiny little sparks of light. And the more we can accept that, then the more we stay in that place of remembrance that, yeah, this is
Hmm.
all I am. This is
Hmm.
me. This is my heart center, right? This is infinite love.
So beautifully said. And one of the practices I have that I'm really working on is when my mind is going through all of the permutations and possibilities and the chaos and the back and forth and the this or that, all of that, just the blah 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 in the head.
Hmm.
I take those thoughts and I breathe them into my heart, and I let them just sit in my heart, and I say, okay, heart, alchemize them, please. make sense of these thoughts.
Mm.
You take them,
Mm-hmm.
and then you feel into them, and then please tell me how you feel, right? Because the mind often cannot, if the mind can't make a decision or doesn't know its truth, well, the mind cannot get itself out of that, because
Right.
it is, if it's its own devil's advocate, you will only spiral in self-doubt and questioning and more self-doubt and more questioning. And so take all of that, package it up, send it down to the heart, and sit in that space with your heart to let the truth and the energy emerge from that space.
That is such a beautiful technique. I love that. Then that's the best way to get in your heart center, and also to listen to your intuition, because what you're doing there is not allowing that monkey mind to run away with you, because
Yeah.
that's all that is. It's that conscious mind, that devil mind, that monkey mind that's just throwing poo at you constantly, making you doubt, making you question, making you analyze, and all of those things, where we always have this other side, this angelic, higher self side that sits in our heart, that is always there whispering to us. But it's hard to hear because the monkey mind is louder. But when we can focus in on our heart and ask those questions, we get the answers.
Mm.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, it is beautiful. I have a question for you. So, what happens if somebody's in their heart and they're getting these messages from their heart, and but then the monkey mind is so strong, and they go and they act and they choose the path of the monkey mind, and then they feel like that was the wrong path. But their
Mm-hmm.
monkey mind is so strong, and their mind has them believing one thing, but then their heart and the angelic side and the whispers are saying another thing. And then they're caught in
Mm-hmm.
the overthinking and then the guilt and the shame and the stress of the monkey mind. What do you do?
Mm-hmm. Well, first, if you are not listening and you go with the monkey mind, you will always be presented an opportunity to learn and see how that was not the best choice. And so hopefully you will learn from that and be able to make a better choice next time. Now, if you're not making a better choice next time, it's going to get harder. It gets harder every single time. And maybe that's what it takes for you. Maybe you're someone like me who needs to learn the hard way. I have to learn the hard way. I think it's one of the greatest ways to learn. It's not the easiest, but you sure do learn a very good lesson in the end.
Mm.
So, one way to keep yourself out of the monkey mind, the very best way to keep yourself out of monkey mind, is when you ask that question to your higher self with that intention of, you know, I'm asking for the highest and best response in love and in light, When you ask that question, you trust the very, very first thing that comes. The very first thing. You don't question it. You don't analyze it. You don't start, but this, but that. Or I'm making it up, or I just heard that somewhere else. No. Trust the very first thing that comes. That is your intuition talking to you. You have to learn how to start trusting that. And the more you trust it, the same thing happens where the universe will show you the response. And this time it's going to be a positive response. And then you can say, oh, that was right. Okay, listen to that voice. That's the voice I listen to show me the things that I want to see in the universe, to get me along the path that I'm going. So, yes, trust. That's
Yeah,
it. Trust.
absolutely. Because you can either build confidence within yourself, or really you can just totally mess up your ability to discern and trust yourself. And the
Yes.
more your intuition tells you something, and then you but what if da 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 da,
Hmm.
then you break the connection, or you weaken the connection that you have to your intuition, and then you get in this place of not knowing what's up, what's down, what's right or wrong, what's green or red, right? And it's very confusing. And
Yeah.
so,
Hmm.
most of us are in that place of confusion. And so getting back into practice, meditation, slowing down, tuning into the heart, asking the body for its wisdom. I love prayer. I love using intuitive cards, just like really working on those practices of coming back to yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you will strengthen that connection the more you listen to it, right? So the more you listen, the stronger it gets. And the stronger it gets, and the stronger it gets, the more you just listen. But yeah, if you're not listening, then it's not going to be the loudest voice. Your conscious mind, the one that you're listening to, is going to be the loudest voice. What the loudest thing is going to be the thing that you're focused on, right? Like, um, an example of this would be dream journaling. if you're not someone who remembers your dreams, if you start to journal them, even if you only remember a very little bit when you wake up in the morning, if you start this practice, you will see that over time you'll remember more and more and more. It solidifies that tie, that bond between your conscious and your unconscious mind, because this veil that is between those two is thinning right now. This is a big part of this time. We're supposed to be aware that we have our intuition, that we have this access. You know, it's supposed to be getting stronger, but we're fighting it. And we're not accepting that this is really who we are, this bigger aspect of us. And so trusting in that, remembering who we really are, that we have this higher aspect, which is really just us looking out for us, always protecting us, always guiding us. We can trust that, can't we? That's what's speaking.
We can learn to. We can
We
practice
can learn
it.
to.
We can commit to it. And so for anyone out there listening, you know, this is a great time to get into the practice, to start to trust yourself. Especially when the world is destabilizing. So yeah, hopefully this is inspiring for you to carve out some time in your day, get your journal, get comfy, put on, you know, a guided meditation or even just a self-guided meditation, and start to sit in your body, rest in your heart, and allow the answers to come through you.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I just thought of another good little practice that I like is to test the universe. You know, if you get a message that you feel, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to trust this message, well, then you can say to them, okay, I want to see a sign. Can you show me a feather, a hummingbird, a penny? Can you show me something that will say, okay, yes, this is true? Then, and they want to help you to solidify this within yourself. And so they will work with you. You just need to ask for help. And so make it a game. It's fun.
That's it, positive heads. Go have fun today. We hope that you have a beautiful, intuitive day. And we just love you so very much.
So much. We're going to leave you with a song for today. This is Rising Appalachia. Find your way. Until next time, we love you all.
Also, before we cue up today's song, I wanted to remind you about the game with the universe on our website, where you can choose the first number that comes to your mind and it'll pull up that episode number of the podcast. I've been saying this is a great way to co-create synchronicity and magic with your higher self for quite some time. And if you go to positivehead.com/universe, there is a super fun and simple interface to play this game with your higher self. I firmly believe just by setting the intention to play in this way, it opens up the door for magic, and it's a synchronistic way to hone in on nuggets of wisdom out of the huge catalog of episodes that are specifically appropriate for you at this time in your journey to becoming the next greatest and greatest version of yourself. And it also makes for a super fun way to spark the curiosity of friends and family by having them choose a number, so they'll hopefully go and check out their number as well, which I greatly appreciate because it helps us to spread the word about the podcast. Once again, the address is positivehead.com/universe. And as a quick reminder, if you're curious to learn more about Purium superfoods and why I take them almost every day, be sure to also check out positivehead.com/transformation. On this journey of becoming the next greatest and grandest version of ourselves that we have all embarked upon, I cannot stress the importance of managing your physical vibration enough. And quite honestly, Purium has put together the simplest plan I've found to do so. I have my favorite, the appleberry shake, at least 5 times a week. Once again, to learn more about the Purium transformation, go to positivehead.com/transformation. Or if you want to keep it simple and just try out my favorite, the appleberry shake, you can go straight over to ishoppurium.com and be sure to use code positivehead for 25% off. I'll spell that for you. It's ishoppurium.com. And be sure to use your Positive Head 25% coupon code.